All right, folks, welcome to day 3 of the 5-day client AI Client Accelerator. Remember, this is your 5-day compression where we give you a full AI system that you can run as your content engine, your content creation, and how you can essentially get clients using AI. I'll use the analogy again. I've given it multiple times. Right now, the world of AI is like you walk into a hardware store or Home Depot and they say, everything in here can build a house and go for it. And that's about the overwhelm that a lot of people feel right now is there are dozens, hundreds of AI tools. All of them are doing different things at different times for different types of business. But what we're doing is we're curating everything that you need. We're putting it into a 5-day program so that at the end of 5 days, you have just what you need, nothing more, in order to run a content engine that will actually turn into clients. So let's dive in. Let me share my screen real quick and we'll get into this. So today we are going to be covering day 3. And I'll just read this because it puts it so well. You're going to learn how to capture attention and go viral with AI. We're going to talk about how to transform your long form content into short form clips. And we're going to then talk about how we can make those clips go viral. And the way this turns into clients is if you did not skip the first steps, right? You have your avatar, you know who you're targeting. And if you shot your long form video in the previous module, then you will be ready to go into this day. So here's what we're going to do. Let's get into the first slide. And this is why nobody's clicking on your content. And you've probably noticed this before. There is content that goes viral, and viral's a little bit of a misnomer now. People say everything goes viral now. Viral is a relative term. We want you to not necessarily go viral, but we want your content to hit the right target. Because right now what a lot of people are doing is they're putting out decent content, but it's kind of like a shotgun buckshot. It's just going everywhere. And maybe one little bead will hit the right client and they'll actually get a lead from that. But what if we focused all of your content just towards that one client? And not only that, but we put you in a position where that client stops and thinks, how do they know that that was my problem? And wow, they have a solution. And then the very next day, you're back on their feed with another problem that they're facing. And after you do that over and over again, that one client is going to talk to you. It's just bound to happen. So here's the truth that most creators miss. You don't need more content. You actually need something that's called a hook. And I'll give you an example of a hook. Something that you can say is, these are the 3 biggest mistakes that buyers make in this market. Now, if you're a buyer and maybe you're concerned about making a mistake, you better believe that I just got your attention, okay? Or if let's just say you're a seller and my video or the script in my video opens with, you won't believe the silly mistake this seller made. Well, shoot, I don't want to make that mistake, so I'm going to tune in to the video you're shooting. That's the power of a hook. It grabs your attention right out of the gate. And that is what I would say most real estate agents, they're not very good at that. They'll just go right into, oh, this is the worst. Hi, my name's Gabriel with the Perez team. And you already lost them. They want to hear that you identify their problem, that you understand them, and that you have a solution. There should be curiosity right out of the gate, and you only have a few seconds to get that. So, and here's a little subscript here. If your message doesn't stop the scroll, it never gets heard. And we're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to do that. Here's the clue. I'm going to give you the little insider tip. You don't have to know how to do that, right? This is the whole point of this 5-day program is we're going to do all this for you. We're going to give you the tools so that you don't have to worry about being a marketing expert, okay? And here's the thing. In today's hyper-competitive digital landscape, attention has absolutely become the currency. If you can't get people's attention, They will never know you exist. And that is just the world we live in social media and literally scrolling Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. If you're not worth them stopping and doing a double take, you already lost them. Okay. So let's get into about attention isn't about algorithms, it's about psychology. So you're going to hear a lot about algorithms. Oh, you need this certain algorithm and you need to post at this day and this time. And those do play a factor. But more than anything, if you can understand your client's psychology, if you can put yourself in your client's avatar, in your avatar's mind, you will start to win. And I'll give you another good example. Let's pretend your target market is senior citizens that are downsizing. Okay. It isn't about an algorithm to get to those people. It's about understanding if I'm in the sunset years, my golden years, and I'm 89 years old, maybe I'm concerned about, well, how do I make sure my property is vested correctly? What does it look like to move into a retirement home and rent out my property or sell my property? How do I best protect my assets so that my kids can inherit without too much issue? If you can start speaking to those exact issues with powerful hooks, you may not get their attention, but here's the attention you may get: their kids. Because maybe their kids are thinking that. And maybe you're getting the attention of the 89-year-old and of the 65-year-old. So you have to just understand that if you can get good at who your avatar is, and then your long form video targets those problems, now we can create a psychology and a hook that will get their attention. So let's talk about the big parts about psychology here. So number one is curiosity. Okay, you want to immediately create curiosity. A super typical one is don't make these three mistakes, or you won't guess what happened, or things like that. Relevance, we just kind of talked on this. It has to be relevant to your avatar. Emotions connect on a deeper, more memorable level. I mean, how emotional and relevant would it be to say this person that passed on their property made this mistake and all of their equity went into probate? I mean, their kids, they weren't able to leave their legacy for their kids. I mean, emotional heartstrings is there. And then surprise, breaking patterns and disrupt expectations. Now, once again, are you in charge of curiosity, emotion, and surprise? Not really. You're not. That's not your purview. Your job is to figure out what's relevant. And even then, you're going to use ChatGPT to help you figure out what is relevant. Okay. So here it is right here. A great hook triggers curiosity in the first 3 seconds. Every viral creator, whether they know it or not, uses the exact psychological triggers: surprise, tension, benefit, emotion. These are the fundamentals of psychology. This has been around since we've been around, and it's just now that we can use AI to help us do this, even if we're not really good at that. And again, here it goes. Your content doesn't need to shout louder. It needs to start smarter. Now, you're already going to say, but Gabe, I'm not that smart with social media. I'm not that smart with viral hooks and I don't understand the psychology. Well, that's why we're here. We're going to show you how our AI chatbots can do that for you. So this is a little bit of a review, but we shot a long form video in our last module. We uploaded it to YouTube, and that had its own reasons, right? We used the Catalyst content engine. Well, today we are going to upload that same long form video in a different platform. And I know we wanted this to all be about ChatGPT. I promise you we're going to come back to ChatGPT, but we are going to use another software platform that, by the way, is free. And I use a paid version because I need more units. I need more credits. It is on a credit system. It's called Opus. Sorry, if you just Google Opus Clips, it'll pop up. I think it's clips.opus possibly. Let me just show you Opus Clip. Let's see. If I type in Opus Clip, it'll be the first result. They have a sponsored spot. So this is my platform. This is my dashboard, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to click here. You're going to hit upload, and you're just going to choose a long form video that you have. Okay. And it's the same one that we did for the YouTube, by the way. And then you're going to hit get clips in one click. Now, I will be the first one to give you this warning. This takes a while. It depends on how long your video is, of course, but if your video is 7 minutes, this will be fairly quickly. But I'll upload 1 hour videos in here and it will take a solid chunk of time, like 30 minutes sometimes. But I'm going to show you what the result will be, because what Opus Clips will do is it's going to, let me move my screen out of the way. So you're going to take your day 2 YouTube video, your file. Let me see. I just want this to be clear. Video file, and upload it to Opus Clips. And then here's what Opus Clips does. It is super cool. It's going to take your video and it's going to chop it up into the most relevant segments. And usually they will be about 1 minute long or shorter, like 30 seconds to a minute. So just imagine this. Let's just pretend, and I know this has happened before. You're doing a presentation and you have one line that makes that it's just great. Like let's just pretend when we're talking about AI, a great little one-liner is AI helps you be more human to more people more often. And that's a great line. Opus Clips will pull that out. It will find that line and it will chop up your video. So watch my screen here. It will chop up your video into a bunch of small clips that it thinks will perform well. So you can see that it actually gave me a bunch of clips, and it's because it was a long video. It's a 1 hour video, but usually you might see about 6 to 8 right here that you can choose. And it even gives you a viral score. So let's just click on this and let's see what it says. So a 90, it's giving this video a 99 out of 100. It's giving the hook an A minus, and the flow an A minus, the value an A minus, the trend an A minus. And then let's go to one that didn't do so well. So this was a 60. It says that the hook was a B in this one, but the trend was a C. So is this science? No. This is like anything in AI. It's a built system that does the work for you. You're welcome to go through all these and see which ones you like best. What I've done in the past is I've actually done like the top 3, and then I didn't like any of these, and I ended up going for one that was like a 75, just because I truly thought it was valuable. And so maybe in that way I kind of overrode the AI system. But let's just talk a little bit more about the video itself. So here's what it did. It it took a 1 hour video and it pulled this out. Let's just really watch some of this. You don't need more discipline. You need more clarity. Clarity fuels commitment. And that exact example that I just gave, that teacher that said they wanted to impact the lives of 100 students, well, if they weren't clear on that, it would be really easy to skip on those activities. But doctor says, hey, we can't do this. So there was a clip right there. 10 pounds. There's a whole lot of clarity there. Number 1, another clip. Write your mission and your vision. Now, I would actually add to that. I want you to write your why, your mission, and your vision. You're going to knock There's another clip. Socks off if you already, right on top of that business planning sheet, have your big why, your mission, and your vision. I think the big why is powerful because it reminds you of how you're wired. It reminds you of your DNA. I think your mission is powerful and important because it reminds you why you. So a 1 hour video, and Opus Clips identified 3 to 4 different segments and put them all together into a 1 minute highly viral clip. I mean, I can't even explain to you how long that would have taken myself, for sure, or even a professional video editor to go through 1 hour of footage and then splice together about 7 to 10 ideal clips that merged multiple clips together. And I mean, it's just crazy to think about that this software does this. Now, here's the best part: is this is free. Okay, so I'll show you what it actually looks like. If I go to add more credits, you can see that there is actually, I don't think it'll let you show it. So every minute of video that you upload counts as a credit. You get 60 credits a month, I believe, for free. And obviously this is their marketing ploy because they think people will use more than 60 minutes and you'll have to buy more. I'll be the first one to admit it worked for me because right now I have 279 credits And I don't know if I'll use all of them, to be honest, but it's worth the money. I think that's $15 a month to do this. Guys, this is one of those times where, and I'll say this a lot when it comes to ChatGPT and AI, you can do this. Like, you can go through your own video and cut it and paste it and find it and do all these things, but you shouldn't. There's a software that'll do it for you for $15 a month, or for free, to be honest. Okay. So, I mean, already crazy how well that worked. Okay. And now here's what you're going to get out of it. I know it just we kind of already talked about it because I got so excited, but it's going to find the best moments. It's going to cut them together, and it's going to add captions automatically. So the video that it spliced together, here are the captions. So I can actually select this and copy that as I can take all the transcript of the entire video, even though it's spliced together, and we're going to end up using that in a little bit. Okay. So what it's going to do is it's going to give you 10 plus perfectly formatted clips with captions without having to do anything. And on top of that, it's going to give you a viral score for each video. I mean, this is one of the coolest platforms, and it's one of the few times where in our 5-day program, we actually allude to a non-chat GPT software because A, it's free, and B, it works really good with what we're doing here. And by the way, this is modern content creation. Like, anybody you see, they're not doing this themselves. I would even say they're probably not even using a professional. Now they're using these AI soft platforms. So again, goes back to that one long form video. Look at how many things we're using this video for. So now here is our Chat GPT plug, because great, I have a video. Let's say I download this video. I download the H high definition quality. I download this 1 minute and 6 second video. And here's what I'm probably going to do if I didn't know what I was doing. I would just post it to Instagram. But here's the problem. When you post to Instagram and you go to somebody's video, so let's go to, if I go to any of my videos, you can see that I had to write a description. I had to do something here, right? You can't just post a video anymore. Like, I mean, you can, but it's not going to do well. So we created the Catalyst Hook Lab. And what it's going to do is it's going to take the video, the transcript. So you're going to copy and paste it. You're going to copy the transcript from here. Now I'm going to go to my ChatGPT and I'm going to go to Catalyst Hook Lab. And it's exactly what it sounds like. What it's going to do is it's going to take that transcript, okay? You don't even have to give it instructions, just hit enter. And what it's going to do is it's going to reverse engineer the problem that your video solves, which is amazing. So let's say here. So here's the micro problem. People think they lack discipline when they're actually lacking clarity. They're unclear on their why, their mission, and their vision, so their motivation fades fast. Now, you probably noticed the layout of this. I put here, you're not lazy, you're just unclear on what you want. That's a hook. And it's going to give you 3 hooks to choose from. You don't have a discipline problem, you have a clarity problem. Why do some people stay driven when motivation fades? It's not discipline, it's something deeper. And then get crystal clear on your why and watch your commitment skyrocket. You can choose whichever one of these you want. This is designed to give you 3 hooks: a pain one, a curiosity one, and a benefit one. There's no wrong to this. You choose whichever one you like. It'll give you a video description. And this is going to say underneath my video, or underneath the hook, which is underneath the video. If you keep beating yourself up for lacking discipline, stop. The real issue isn't willpower, it's clarity. When you define your why, your mission, and your vision, you don't need to force motivation. It flows naturally. This is how you reconnect to your purpose and stay consistent even when things get hard. Now, doesn't stop there, right? I have my hook, I have my video description, and I also have some hashtags. Well, the Catalyst Hook Lab does that also. Here are the recommended hashtags that I use. So here's what I'd do. I'd choose one of these hooks. I would copy and paste it to my post. I'd go to the video description, copy, paste it to my video, and I'd go to the hashtags, copy, paste it to the video. And now, not only did I create a viral clip, but now it has a hook, a video description, and a hashtag sequence that will help it get discovered. Now, it doesn't stop there, but let's continue because I'm going to talk a little bit about what it's going to do. So now what you used to have to do is you used to have to think of the topic that your video was about. You had to think about who your target audience was, and then you had to talk about the benefit or the outcome. That's what you used to have to do, which made a lot of sense. You'd have to watch your own video and think, now, who is this video for? What problem does it solve? Well, Hook Lab does that for you now. It's already done for you. Now, all you need to do is select the transcript. Catalyst Hook Lab does the rest. Now, and this is another quote here. The difference between ignored and irresistible is one good hook. So let's continue. Something else that I want to make sure that we see here. So you could see here that there's overlay phrases. Now, what is that? I'll show you what that looks like. If we go to my Instagram, you can see that I have these one sentence, less than that, like 3 to 6 word video covers. And it says, it'll tell you, AI won't wait for you. Newsletters in minutes with ChatGPT. Some of these that did amazing. Okay, so this one right here, this one said AI in schools isn't cheating, it's evolving. This got 3,400 views. And just to give you an idea, normally I'm getting 500 to 600 views. This is what I've noticed. Anytime my overlay phrase is about AI in schools, this one right here, I think is 2,000 views so far. I can kind of monitor that. And I can also see, by the way, when one of my overlays was strictly sales, this one said crush the 4% objection. I got, next to 0 views. People did not care about that one. And it's cool because you get to test these things out. But again, you don't have to sit there and think, oh man, I got 5 words to use. What would I use to stop people from scrolling? And then when they see the video, they like what it's about. Already done for you. This is what it recommends. Clarity beats discipline. Find your why, fuel your fire. That one's pretty cool. Motivation fades, clarity doesn't. Honestly, all 3 of those are pretty great. So let's get back into what we're talking about now. So you now have the tools, guys. This is the system. Long form video uploaded into Opus Clips. Then you get these clips that are generated. You copy and paste the caption, or not the caption, sorry, the transcript, put it into Hook Lab. It'll tell you your micro problem, hooks, video description, hashtags, and if you want to go the extra mile, overlay phrases that you can put over the cover photo. And that's what you're seeing here. That's what I've been doing for a while now. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about how you're going to use this moving forward. So you're going to share a clip. I would love for you to share a clip in school, but really what I want you to do is I want you to track how this is going for you. I want you to start doing this and see if it is showing an effect on your traction, your interactions. Because again, here's what starts to happen. If you have that clarity of your avatar, and let's say there's 1,000 people in your area that are dealing with your exact problem. If you start using Catalyst, Hook Lab, and the content engine and Opus Clips, and everything is now going after that one niche, what if you got, out of those thousands of people, what if you got 50 to reach out to you? What would you do with 50 transactions, right? And then, of course, you're going to optimize and you're going to improve it. You're going to see what's working, what isn't. Like I already said, the 4% objection, I'll probably never post that's just sales and objections because that did not land at all. AI makes lead gen easy. That one did pretty good, right? So Let's get back into the slides. Data is feedback. AI just accelerates the loop. You're going to learn faster, is what that's basically saying. So, invisible to in demand, AI powered hooks and video description. So, we got 3 high powered hooks by AI and a video description ready to deploy. We got 10 viral short form video, or you get 10 clips from that long form video. And then you would get the hooks and the video description. You're going to get real insights into what the audience is saying, and then use our school community. And then this is a repeatable system. I would even go as far to say that eventually there will be a person that hires a VA to simply run the 5-day program that we taught you, because they could do a lot of those things. A few of them they'll have to choose, right? Like if you get 3 overlay phrases, it depends on how much you choose your assistant. Like, can they choose for you? Probably. But we talked about leverage and systems in the past. That's kind of where we're going to be with that. So anyways, guys, this was day 3. Day 4, we're going to be continuing, because now what we're going to be getting into is storytelling with your actual closings. Like, this is a great way. And I'll just give you a hook. I'll give you a hook. Don't ever use just listed, just solds. That is gone. It's dead. What we're going to show you tomorrow is how you can turn that stale, just listed, just sold, sorry, not just listed. You can turn the stale, just sold post that you've always done into multiple pieces of content that tell a story that keeps speaking to that avatar. Because remember, the point of what we're doing here is to generate clients out of AI. So thank you for coming, guys. We're so fired up about this program. We'll see you guys tomorrow for day 4.